The grocery store chain, Kroger, they face a backlash after police supporters say they were refused service because they were wearing Blue Lives Matter shirts. Okay, that's an interesting case. Separately, San Antonio police officers face discipline. Why? Because they were wearing Make America Great Again caps whilst in uniform. Joining us now is Milwaukee County Sheriff David Clarke. Sheriff, I don't think any police officer should be wearing any kind of political insignia, whether it's a hat or a badge or anything else. I don't want a politicized police force. You okay with that?
Not at all. Look, we've been dragged into this political fray with this war on cops. Everything that we do now is examined through the political lens. You know, Stuart, there was a time when police officers, there was an unwritten rule, you know, keep your head down on politics, stay out of it. But now that is no longer a tenable position when every time a law enforcement officer engages in some sort of force or the use of force, all of a sudden the political witch hunt begins. So, you know, it's customary after a candidate leaves or the president visits that the candidate or the president shakes hands with all the officers. That's a high-risk job, those motorcades. It's something that's just symbolic. It's not that big a deal. I think it's nitpicking. But I'll tell you this as well, Stuart. If those cops would have been wearing Black Lives Matter baseball caps or T-shirts, these same people complaining or this faux outrage wouldn't have had a problem with it.
I take your point, Sheriff, but I'm not so sure I want to see an overtly politicized police force. You know what I mean? I mean, that's not America, is it? Come on, that's not America.
Well, look, you know what? Like I said, we've been dragged into this unwillingly, so here we are. You know, cops can still do their jobs and still do it, you know, evenly across the board. They still have political feelings. They'll still vote. I mean, it's like saying they shouldn't vote because as long as they do it secretly, we're okay with it. Well, no. You know, teachers' unions engage in this all the time. If a teacher reports to school in a car that says, I support Hillary, and goes in and teaches all day where the public and the school children are walking past those cars on the public school parking lot, that's the same thing, but nobody seems to have a problem with that. I don't want teachers engaged in that either. But we live in a very political world right now, and I don't have a problem with it.
Okay. All right. We disagree on that one. I want your opinion, though, on Sheriff Joe Arpaio, Maricopa County, Arizona. A federal judge has said to him, hey, look, you've been profiling. You could go to jail. That's what he's facing. Quick comment from you, Sheriff, on Sheriff Joe.
Well, look, if the Justice Department is going to seek any criminal investigation on anything, they should start in-house. They should start with the Attorney General, who met with Bill Clinton before the scam was in, to not indict her for the emails in the secret server. And they should also investigate Eric Holder, who was found in contempt of Congress. They should investigate Lois Lerner. Clean your own house up before you start looking at others.
Sheriff David Clarke, thanks very much for joining us. As always, Sheriff, we'll see you again soon. Thank you, sir.